Welcome everyone to Talented Universe, wherever you may be from. We started just a few minutes early just because we could. So we are very, very excited to welcome Blake Schmitz, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I had that right. That was the other question I was going to ask before we went online, and of course I forgot. But so Blake, welcome. Do you want to give everyone, well, first let me introduce my co-host. I'm Michael Day, my co-host Vernon Barnard.
Hey everyone, good to be back with Mike and with Blake, of course. We're really looking forward to this one. So glad for you guys to tune in with us.
Yeah, so Blake, do you want to give people a brief description of what you're all about?
Yeah, I would love to. So I'm an artist who just started 6 months ago, released on June 1st, 2023. I'm a farmer, follower of Jesus, and those are really my three things that I tangibly identify as. So a farmer, a musician, and a follower of Jesus, and that's really my three.
That's cool. Now, we do have someone in the chat room. It's who I was talking about.
Perfect.
So she wanted to just say, hi, Blake, am a fan.
Well, I appreciate it. I absolutely love meeting new people, and I'm so glad that you enjoy my music.
Yeah. So, Blake, you said you are a farmer. Now, are you work in the farming industry, or do you actually go out there and plant and do all that stuff? Or do your parents have a farm, et cetera, et cetera? Or,
yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a producer myself, and I also work for my dad and uncle. I'm out there in the fields all the time. You know, we're planting in the spring, and then in the summer, you know, we're rock picking the rocks out, or spraying, doing all that kind of stuff. But in the fall, that's my favorite time, is when I'm in the combine, and when you get to take it out. Everything about farming is so satisfying, from tillage to combining to planting. It's just the most satisfying job you can have, and so rewarding. And I love being with nature and running big machines. So absolutely love it.
Yeah, nature just has a way of like really connecting you to just that peaceful feeling. And I think even just with being autistic, it's maybe something that autistic people especially enjoy, like just you know, not in a weird extra way, but just enjoying the land, and just like the freshness of the outdoors. And obviously you have a even deeper connection with getting your hands dirty and being really just soiling things and all of that. So I can imagine that is very rewarding, and as you say, to it's probably also great because in a sense that's also creating, right? Just seeing how things grow from the earth, and that's incredible in itself, right?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, God's creation is just beautiful through and through. And it's kind of rewarding, like you say, to watch that process of it. It's nothing, right? It's just the dirt. And then you got just a little bit coming out, and then all of a sudden it just grows so fast. And it kind of, you can use that as a metaphor, a simile of kind of just anything in life, right? So when you're starting a new journey, a new business, a new path, it allows you to kind of reflect on that farming aspect, where right now, you know, you might not see what's all going on underground, but, you know, it's building root system. It's building all this other stuff that's very important for the ear to grow, to get the grain, to get the bushels. So, you know, with life, it corresponds so closely with farming.
Very much. And I think the patience aspect of it, and also what I'm getting out of what you're saying, is like there's a process to everything, you know. C doesn't come before B, and A has to come first. And having another way to get appreciation for that, should, you know, that puts you in good stead for your music industry journey as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I just love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. ARC54 has another question, and it was almost what I was going to ask you. So I'm a little upset with her, but that's the way it is.
Sure.
Off topic, I know you love ice cream. So in the summer, after a hot day working, what is your favorite ice cream?
Absolutely love this question, because I eat ice cream every single day. I think it's hereditary. My grandpa does it. My dad does it. I do it. Ice cream is just such a staple in our family. So my favorite, if I'm doing a topping, it's got to be cookie dough. Cookie dough is definitely the best.
Nice.
As a follow-up question to that was a question I was going to ask you. I watched your video that you were opening up a big tub of ice cream.
Yeah.
And you said that was going to go in your stomach. Now, what I want to know is, does that whole tub go in all at once, or do you spread it out?
One sitting.
I like to spread it out a little bit. You know, that could get costly, physically, financially, if we were to consume it all at one time. But we split it up a couple times.
Okay, that was my main question, because the way you said it, I'm going, is he going to eat the whole thing all at once? It's like, oh man, oh, that's so good, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would love to enter an ice cream eating contest. I think I could maybe come out victorious.
Like a 5-liter, right? Like a big proper tub.
Definitely.
I think it was bigger than that, honestly. I mean, he had a huge one on the video.
Oh man.
I think it was almost a 9 or 10, but that was my opinion. But
just some good vanilla ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? You know.
Yeah.
The stomach's the way to the heart.
Very, very true. And you say you even in winter it doesn't stop you, right? Like
never. I think I consume more in the winter for hibernation purposes. You know, you gotta build up,
climatize from the inside out.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
And we have our fan from the UK, Aisha. I've only heard my next song. So what does the family think of your talent?
My family is unbelievably supportive. They have been, you know, if I say I want to do this, they're like, okay, we're right behind you, and lead the way. And if I stumble and fall, it's not like they would ever cut me down or criticize me. They just build me back up, and they're like, all right, maybe try this. And they've been supportive since day one with anything that I've done, from athletics in high school to now making music. And without them, you know, it would be hard some days to keep going, but with their support, it helps so much. So yeah, my family is amazing.
Yeah, you need that, right? Like you say, and even in a referring specifically to a spiritual sense, like in Christianity, we believe that, you know, the body has many parts, and to have that community and to have it being faith-based is obviously so just critically important, and helps us to navigate life not feeling like it's just us up against everything alone. So I imagine it's the same with you as well.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. And when you say athletics, do you specifically refer to track, or what exactly did you do in athletics?
Yeah, so in high school, I played football, basketball, baseball, and ran track, and it was a blessing all through and through. I loved every single sport. Looked to play collegiate for football, but COVID threw a wrench in there, and my offers got pulled, which was fine, because it ultimately led me to making music. So, you know, Jeremiah 29:11, God has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, plan for hope in the future, and His way is better than my way. So now, look, I'm right here talking to you guys, so it's awesome.
And you're reaching far and wide. So I actually also listened to your music today, and I was you know, firstly impressed with the variety that you have. What's the guy that you collaborated with on 2 tracks? That's I think some of your more recent stuff, most recent.
Yeah, his name's Jake Luke. He's actually locally, like territorially close to me. We met recently. He's actually my producer, so he produces all my music.
I was going to ask, you can ask Mike. I was saying, like, I have to put this question in here somewhere, because props to him, man. Like I enjoy. And what would you call that genre? That's, I know it's like a, you know, a very current college type vibe, but it's not straight up pop. It's not straight up hip hop. So what would that genre be?
You know, I don't know. I always just like to identify it as pop, because pop is such a wide.
Yeah, exactly. True.
So I don't know exactly, but alternative maybe, since it has more of a, like a club bounce to it. But I don't know. Could be house, could be anything really.
Yes, exactly. No, that's true. But awesome. Okay, so you guys hooked up on some tracks as well. And did you first start with the country side of things and then move more towards another or refine your sound, or is it just that you like exploring different sounds and you're not going to limit yourself to one specific thing?
Well, it all started where like I wake up a day and I'm like, I want to listen to country. I want to listen to pop. I want to listen to Christian. I want to listen to rock, oldies, new stuff. And it's like, well, if I want to listen to all these different things and I just feel like different every day, I just kind of started writing that same way, where some days I felt like writing country. Some days I just felt like writing pop. Some days I felt like writing Christian, and I just kept building on them avenues because, I feel like not everyone wants to listen to the same stuff every single day of their life.
Very, very true. Sorry, I interrupted you. Just acknowledge.
Oh no, not a problem, not a problem. I was done anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, that's very true. Like I think as long as there's that common thread and you can obviously hear it throughout your music, you still bring yourself to the track. It's not so different that people are going to be like, okay, is this still the same person? I think that is like, if that's the constant and you are identifiable on that, then it's awesome. Do as many different things as you want to, because music is that oyster. It's it's like let it take you where it may.
I love it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I'd like to mention we have a like from Randy Landers. Thank you, Randy. And let's see. And this was a message to Aisha from ARC 54, but says Boucha is wonderful too. So I'm assuming she's telling her what music of yours to listen to.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's a pop song that I wrote. It's a really fun one. I enjoy all of them. So I'm glad that, I get to share my love of music with other people and they get to share it back. So I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, do you, I think I read you said that you have a lot that you have. When did you start writing music? You said you just started to get serious 6 months ago. Was that when you started writing, or were you writing before that, just kind of, dabbling?
So strangely, music has never been my front runner of like focus and stuff. I've always focused more on athletics. But then all of a sudden I went back in my room, found an old notebook, and that was from like elementary school. And I wrote some songs in there and I'm like, whoa, that's strange. They weren't good by any means, but just the whole process that I was doing it back in elementary. And I'm like, that's odd. I started writing more come like 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and just kept growing. But I had no idea that I was ever going to like become an artist or do anything like that. I just enjoyed being creative and putting my thoughts, my feelings onto papers and my stories and everything there. So that's just kind of how it all manifested. It's just odd, but I loved it.
And revisiting those first initial little gems that were hidden away, did that kind of springboard into an idea that you've put out there now, or is it or even something that you could just take and say, okay, let me finish this one up? Any ideas like that you could just take and now it's out there after all those years? Or
yeah, so I definitely went back and I looked at these and I'm like, wow, they have potential. So I definitely did go recreate some, but I didn't put them out yet. They're in the drafts of all the produced ones. We got a bunch of songs, but slowly working on releasing them all. But it's fun. You can go back and reflect on those, and I find it interesting. Without those songs, I feel like I couldn't be writing as well as I am now. So it's fun.
Yeah, awesome. And just from a singing standpoint, did you also only start singing like the last year or two, or was it something that you dabbled in, even though not like as full time? But when did that start for you? Where you like just started pursuing and just checking out your voice and checking out like, okay, I think this might be something that I'm going to be good at. When did that start?
I would say it all started from car rides. Carpool karaoke goes a long way. And, you just you're out there singing and you're hoping the radio's loud enough that no one can hear you. So It all started there. We did participate in choir, and when I was in high school, I was in a musical. That was random, but absolutely a blast. Loved doing it.
Nice.
And then I did sing at a wedding, a funeral, and then now I've recently started to actually start doing shows. So
Awesome. And touring and that kind of thing. Are you still like focusing more locally, or planning things like across country?
yeah, so right now I'm gonna do a bunch of local things coming this summer. Just got my stuff, working on setting it all up, programming it. It takes a few months trying to get all the computer logistics all working and everything. So gonna be local. Got some shows already lined up for the summer, but hopefully my goal is come after harvest, after farming, in the fall, in the winter, go somewhere warm. Hopefully go south, and that's kind of the goal, and just kind of bounce from anywhere. Just trying to meet new people, grow the audience, and just interact with fans. Be real. That's the biggest thing that I like to base on is there's a lot of fake, people who kind of hide behind a figure that they're trying to be, where I'm just like, I'm a real imperfect person. I'm no better than anyone else. We're all equal. And I just want to get to know people. And if I can lead one more person to Christ, that's the goal of my whole mission anyway. So
Ultimate. Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah. Just connect with people. That's my biggest goal.
Exactly. Just a quick side note, like, I hope it's a bit of script, but I hope it's not out of place. Do you know the guy Ruslan KD? It's like a YouTuber that does Christian content and so on. Anyways, he's recently did a post about, and I found this very interesting because I think the world is very focused on having a specific, in quotes, purpose. Like you have a purpose when you do this, when you are the astronaut or this big thing. And he actually dived into it a little bit, and I know it's mentioned in Psalm 37 specifically and other places as well, where it just says, the Bible doesn't really talk about a individual purpose per person. It's like summed up in knowing God and making him known. And I think you summed that up. So I love what you're saying, like, leading people to Christ, not by, saying I'm the standard, but just pointing people to the standard, the loving, beautiful standard of our Lord. And that's amazing, man.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome. Just that connection with people, because everything in this world's temporary, clothes, anything really, it's all temporary. And the only thing that isn't is your relationship with Christ. You either have eternity in heaven or eternity in hell. And I don't want John's revelation to be real, where he said that there's a bunch of souls falling like stars from the sky into Sheol. I want them to be going to heaven. So if I can lead one more person to Jesus, to God, that's the goal.
Oh man, I love that.
Now let's see. I think Vernon was going to ask, but let me go ahead and ask this.
Yeah, I'm talking all the time, Mike.
I know, so I'm just going to steal one of the questions that you told me you were going to ask him.
Yeah,
just, just to torment you. Do you have a favorite decade of music that maybe has inspired you, or you like to listen to a lot when you're, not creating something new for?
Don't be partial now. Don't be partial now.
That's a great question. I know. I feel like it comes and goes for me, because there was a time I was listening to like the good old 50s, 60s. You got the Frank Sinatra, what are they all? I can't remember them all, but that genre was just so beautiful and how they wrote and everything. But then my dad's genre, the 80s, that was always playing when I was a kid. Just all the hard rock bands and Living on a Prayer out here, Bon Jovi. So that was always fun. But I don't say I would have any that really directly influenced me. I think maybe they all just did in their own way, in their own time.
But I think your dad's wise, man. I think it's spot on with the 80s. I think there's many different things to appreciate. Like even out of the 90s, there's something else, and I agree with you on that. I have to say, just personally, I can't help but say it, but the 80s had something that is just iconic.
It's different.
That you can't help but revisit.
Yeah, and it's unreal what they all did back then. It was awesome. Good old hair bands. Love them.
Exactly.
Yeah, Arc54 has another comment. I must say your producer and cameraman, I hope I pronounced this, Jaziel Watson,
Yep.
definitely helped the video of My Next Song really shine with your music coming through.
Absolutely love that because it's so true. Shout out Ja. He's a good buddy of mine. We played football out in New Jersey together, and love seeing him chase his dreams. And one of them is to be a cameraman. Now, it's awesome what you said there because I've been listening to other artists like Nick D and how he got so big. He said you got to create content that relates to the song that other people can relate to. It's all about that relatability. Sometimes the words aren't enough. Sometimes you need that videography that goes hand in hand. And yeah, my buddy Ja did a great job. I'm hoping to do more videos like that can, really help connect with people. So yeah, really, really big shout out to Ja there. And I'm glad she really enjoyed that video.
And she has a follow-up. Okay, do you have a favorite Christian band or artist?
Yes, definitely. I love Elevation Worship, especially their album that they did with Maverick City. It was awesome. Gyra, all of them. It's such a great album. So that's definitely my favorite band, Christian band.
Nice.
And do you did you say New Jersey, or did I miss? Did I hear something wrong?
No. Yeah, I played football prep school to reclass in New Jersey about right after high school for a couple months.
Oh, okay. Because I thought, wait a minute, you're in Minnesota. What are you in New Jersey for? I thought, no, I heard that wrong. Had a rough night. I was talking about you to friends all night long. So
well, I appreciate it.
about the about the podcast and stuff. So I didn't get to bed until 4, but we won't discuss that. And one of the people I was talking to was Arc54, but we won't do that either. Yes, So that's just the way it is. Is there when you're not? Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you, but I'll ask you this first.
Okay.
If you're not doing your music, you're not on the farm, what do you like to do to either invigorate you or just kind of pass the time so you can get the brain relaxed so it can get busy creating later?
Yeah. Like I said, sports when I was younger was such a staple in my life. And I'm in various different leagues. I play hardwood, volleyball, sand volleyball. I'm in a basketball league. There's not really much football leagues or anything like that, but basically any sort of sport that I can really dive into, I'll play. I love being active, love being loose, and yeah, it's just fun. I work out too, just like weightlifting and stuff like that. But mainly those leagues really are what I kind of focus on. Or I like to travel and see the world. So,
yeah. Awesome. How many have you been to other countries yet besides Canada? Because I know you're near Canada up there. So,
yeah, we've been to many different countries. Fortunately, I grew up in a blessed family, and we had the opportunity to travel quite frequently, probably once a year. I've been to, Costa Rica, Turks and Caicos, Aruba. I can't even remember them all. Mexico, just all sorts of places. And that helps shape your mind because by getting out of your reality or that comfort zone that you're always living in, and you get to go explore and see different things, it makes your mind work in different ways that are indescribable unless you go and do it, if that makes sense. Helps the creativity.
Yeah, now I'm getting chastised, so I should post this just because. Michael, don't blame me. I literally shouted out loud when I saw that you were having Blake.
I absolutely love it. This is awesome.
Yeah, I was shocked too. I was like, you know him?
You never know. You never know.
No, you don't ever know. I mean, it's amazing what things that you just never know.
Yeah.
We have another like from Bobby Nash. Thank you, Bobby. He's another friend of the network. He's a writer.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, he's
I wanted to say that's like a cool artist name, or even write the name like Bobby Nash.
Bobby Nash.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Bobby.
Well, pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And now my brain went, and I forgot the other question I was going to ask you. Oh, I hate that. That's just like that's the way my life is some days. But what if you could? Well, where do you want to be musically in the next few years? You said you've kind of gone over it. You said you want to bring out more music, but do you have a specific goal besides you want to Christianity and bring people to God? Is there other things you want to do too, or?
I would say, the numbers wise, it would be nice, obviously, to grow so I can make it more of a full-time thing. Right now, it's kind of a side business that I'm working on, but because I want to do that in farming kind of for the rest of my life because I enjoy both so much. But I won't say there's much of a numbers goal because just God's timing, whatever it takes. If maybe in this season of my life, I'm meant to just kind of stay on a slow growth, even though percentage wise it's growing pretty fast, but numbers wise, we're starting out artists, so we're small, working on getting bigger, and maybe the right timing, right place will grow exponentially, but just really whatever. There's not a tangible goal, just more of a just keep doing it, keep loving it. The day I stop loving it, the day I'll probably stop doing it, and I don't ever see that happening. So just keep doing it.
That's awesome, man. I think that will sustain you. And what I'm getting through everything that you're saying is there's like a mental preparedness, which I think is super, super important. And maybe that also says about something about like how you've conditioned or life has conditioned you and the things that you've exposed yourself to, because you're still relatively young, right? So to have this outlook on things, I think it will, it will give you a almost a step ahead to say, I can see things as they are and appreciate the moment where I'm at and enjoy it while I'm there and still, look forward to greater things in God's time. So that's amazing, man.
Yeah, there's even a quote from Kung Fu Panda. It says, "Yesterday was history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift." That's why it's called the present. So you just got to live in today and just love it. Love every second because.
Oh wow, that's great.
Kung Fu Panda, yeah, it's words to live by.
Wisdom is found in all places, Mike.
I know, it's so much fun, so much fun.
Yeah.
As I tell people in the chat room, we're going to be winding down soon. So if you have any more questions for Blake, please let us know now. I don't see anything yet, but maybe I think they're all listening to your music, to be perfectly honest. So that's what I'm going to be doing more of when I get off the show. But what? I remember the question. What is your favorite farm equipment to drive?
Oh, okay. So there's different types of tractors out there, and some have wheels, some have tracks, some have 4 tracks, some have 2 tracks, and there's just all sorts of different things. But we have this thing called a 520 RT, which is, a 9520 RT, and that's a 2-tracked John Deere just tractor, but it doesn't pivot like most tractors do. Most tractors they turn in the middle of the machine, where this one just kind of turns at the hitch, if that makes sense. So you can do like a full 360 in this thing, and it never moves that area. It just you can just like go in full 360. Yeah, it's like if you've ever seen a tracked skid steer, it looks just like that, but huge. I don't know if that makes sense. It's really cool how they design this. It's hydraulically driven on those tracks, and it's sweet how you can get into really tight corners, I should say, very easily with that machine.
Nice.
And you really like to drive that one, huh?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. I love farming so much. It's such a blessing growing up in this area. So I love it. So I have a question for you guys though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why me? Why'd you choose me? How'd you find me? Why me?
Well, that's an interesting thing. Your profile just popped up on my thing, and I was looking for more musical artists.
Oh, wow.
And it popped up, and I go, oh yeah, well, I followed you, and I said as soon as I get some time, I'll write him a message, and I wrote you a message, and you actually wrote back. Not many do.
See, I feel like the whole point of this is, is to connect with people. So that's why I love looking in my my DMs. I'm constantly looking every single day, just in case if someone reached out, and hopefully, connect with that person. And you never know what it can lead to. A lifelong friendship, maybe. And, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Well, here's another one from Arc 54. Okay, have you ever needed help getting pulled out when you play around and jump into a pile of grain? My allergies have nightmares with all that dust in the elevators.
Yes.
I can relate to that question. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's not the smartest thing we do, just jumping in a pile of all the grain, but it's just fun. You're out there with your buddies and you come up with some bad ideas. Nothing that harms anything, but you're just like, hey, let's try this, and we do.
But I did notice a video that you did do that. You didn't sink very far. So no. Is there any time that if you did that, you'd go all the way down?
Yeah. So you aren't supposed to ever do that if it's like, let's say it was a huge pile, or like you're in a bin. You're never supposed to hop in a bin or anything, because a lot of farm accidents happen that way. Because you can actually suffocate from being trapped underneath. Mm-hmm. But typically in a small pile like that, it's all fun and games. There's no downside to it, I guess, besides allergies. Then you got some problems.
Oh man, it sounds a lot of fun, man. Yeah.
We like to live in the moment, live in the day, have fun every single time.
It's the small things that count, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Was there anything else, Blake, that you want to say? I mean, we'd love to have you back at another time. When you're coming out with some new music, that'd be great to have you back.
Yeah, I would definitely love to hop back on with you guys anytime. And yeah, we just basically going to keep going. We have a bunch of new songs coming out every 2 weeks now. I've changed the pattern, and it's going to be various different music, and some of them is going to hit people in a bunch of different ways. We have I like to write songs sometimes about myself, and sometimes about things that I see, sometimes of like trials and tribulations that other people are going through. Like I have a song coming out in a month, I think. It's called Whiskey Lullaby, and it's about a buddy of mine who is suffering through alcoholism. And it's basically for anyone who can relate, because I feel like that's such a big issue that a lot of people can relate to. And I just feel like that song's kind of a way to open people's eyes, hearts, and just kind of reflect on their situation with other people with that song. So, I hope that can connect to people in a good manner. But otherwise, we got just songs of all sorts of natures, from breakup songs to working songs to party songs to, anything that people can relate to, or that, I just felt like this is kind of what I think the people want to hear. So a lot of songs coming out, more content to come. Just love connecting with the people. And we're just going to keep going, keep growing, keep doing, and never give up.
Cool. Okay. Arc 54 has a last little thing. We have a few elevators and silos here. She's in Northern California.
Okay.
And my friends used to do that way back in the 70s.
That's the thing, you can get a new era, new time, but the games are still the same. You just live in the moment. It's fun. It's just a fun thing to do. Anything without a price tag, it can still be fun. So
absolutely,
I love it.
Yeah.
Did you have any follow-up questions, Vernon, or?
No. That I'm good from my side. It's been very enjoyable, and Blake, man, just really from the bottom of my heart, and I believe Mike's as well. We just rooting for you. And yeah, I love your approach to life and your approach to music. So may the Lord continue to bless you and you know give you a chance to speak into more people's lives.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, I second that, Vernon. So we'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We're hoping we can get Blake back at another time. And everyone, enjoy everything, his music. Look it up. The link for his link tree is down at the bottom. I've been scrolling the whole time. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but it's there. So you can see all of his other social media links, et cetera, et cetera. So, and ARC54 says, thank you, Blake, for doing this. Loved it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it.
So, everyone, we will see you next time. I haven't got anything officially scheduled for Talented Universe yet. I'm working on a couple of other artists. So, keep watching the page. Look at our other streams. Look at ndbmedia.net under Talented Universe and see what we've got coming up. So, everyone, take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.